The passion that came first was music. I started writing music as a form of therapy, navigating being in the closet, knowing I had feelings for women at such a young age. That was my outlet and my comfort to be able to just sing to myself and write poetry and like just express myself when I couldn't actually share that with friends or family. And so music was really the number one goal for me. And then I think I just loved performing. I mean, all of you, we just love to create as artists and finding different mediums and platforms to express ourselves. And acting became an outlet for that for me. In middle school, I started doing commercials, and my dream was to be like the shadow in an iPod commercial, just like dancing and like, just like, cool, like it was literally the dream. Like I shuffle, like I just wanted to be in the shadow dancing.
Yeah.
That was like my dream.
Like, you took me right there.
My dream was to be in a back to school commercial dancing in the aisles. And so I just really wanted to express myself and perform. And so luckily acting, because acting is so hard. Every artistic endeavor is very challenging. But for some reason, I found myself getting more opportunities in the acting space, specifically acting and doing music. Like I did the Lemonade Mouth movie for Disney, and I was playing a musician. And so I found like ways to chase my dreams through the acting avenue. I love playing roles. I love characters, and I love challenges. So I think I'll always love acting, but music was always like, I wanted to be on stage. I wanted to just like sing and dance and perform and express myself in that way. And acting was a really fun outlet for me. And it's something that I wasn't really expecting to become a big part of my journey.
Yeah.
It's interesting. You know, my brother worked with Johnny Depp on 21 Jump Street.
He name drops is what he's doing.
But Johnny didn't want to do acting. He went to the
he wanted to be a musician.
Nightmare on Elm Street audition with a friend of his, and they were like, "Do you want to audition?" And then he just wanted to do music, you know?
Yeah.
He's good at acting, obviously.
You touch on like an excellent point of the fact that like, and I think we were talking about some of our mutual friends, and I'm every creative person, like there isn't really a limit. I think there's some sort of like avenues that we naturally kind of gravitate towards or we find more opportunities in. But I think when you're a creative person, you're just creative. You just have this like, you're just compelled to make things. You just have to make things. It's like, and I always butcher this John Lennon quote, and I'm going to be very like pretentious about it and butchering it. But like this thing of like, you know, give me a tuba and I'll make you something out of it. And why he's Italian, I don't know.
Wait, can you say it again?
I'm Italian?
Did you hear that? What is it? Give me a tube and I'll make something out of it. What did you say?
It's like in The Departed. It's like this John Lennon quote where Jack Nicholson says it, which is why I'm doing that like mobster accent.
Okay.
There's a lot of layers to this quote. It's a John Lennon quote. There's a lot of layers to this quote, and I'm going to regret making
say
this
it again
reference.
because I missed it.
But it's John Lennon. He says like, give me a tuba and I'll make you something out of it.
Ah, okay,
It's something to that effect.
Yeah.
Some gun, God, please look.
But I love how you
because
did it like this.
I'm fucking it up. Like, Lord, God, I'm just going to crawl in a hole.
No, I speak to the tuba line because I feel like that's been my whole journey's been one big tuba. Okay, Jen? It's been one massive tuba, and I've tried to, you know, because it's true. It's like, you know, I wanted to do music, and I didn't have that outlet, and I didn't have TikTok at the time, and it was like, how do you reach people? We didn't have the internet the way we have it at that time. And so then I found acting, and acting was an outlet, and, you know, I'm sure we'll go into it, but then I found directing and all these different mediums where when I hit a wall, I turned left. And then when I hit a wall, I turned right, because I just, as a human being, I have to express myself.
And, you know, that's very inspiring to everybody. Even, you know, I'm grown up, I'm old, but it's inspiring because I loved how you said that. You hit a wall and you went the other way. You went that way. You kept going, you know. So a lot of times people hit a wall and they just give up, you know, and it's really nice for, I was going to say the young peoples, but it's really nice for the youths that you're such a nice example of that. So it's, you know, it's really important for people like, I'm going to say us, to keep doing our creativity, because then that's what helps other people sometimes. Like my dad made so many people happy and feel good.
Yeah.
And you are making people feel good, and that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. We were just talking about earlier about how like creativity breeds hope. You know what I mean? And how like in this, like it can feel difficult to find meaning in telling stories, whether it be through music or through filmmaking. And I think, and I've come with that when I'm, balancing like between nursing and acting. I'm like, what's the point sometimes of acting? Of like, why does it mean something? And for me, it's like I've come to terms with the fact that I'm like, being creative is about creating hope and about creating connection and about creating levity.
Yeah, I love
like
that.
That's kind of the thing that I've come to terms with about it. But switching gears from that, so did you have a question?
No, I just was going to say, like, if anybody comes up to you and is like, hey, what was it like being on Wizards, or what was your memory or something? Is there a specific story that you go to with when you talk about Wizards?
Well, I was very excited to be given a wand. I think I'm I love items. I love tangible items, and I love like little trophies and like things you can hold. And I remember when I received a wand on I think it was the last episode, I was like, wow, I've made it. I got a wand. I was like, this is so cool. So that was like a high. I would definitely think that was a highlight. But also both of you and so many others, like on the cast and crew, like I had such a wonderful time with you all, and also getting to experience that first time being on a TV show. Like you only get one first, and my first was with you all. So it was a really cool thing.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Honestly, like most of my interactions are just everyone telling me how gay I am, honestly, and Stevie on TikTok and comments like that. But a lot of people say that Stevie was their gay awakening. That's like, I would say that's probably the top comment that I receive from the show. So if Peter was going for that,
what a nice
he got
thing.
it. Yeah, he got it for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. But like I said, that's quite a compliment to you to awaken that in somebody.
Thank you so much. I love to awaken. Any kind of awakening, I'm happy. I'm happy to be an awakener.
I love it. And I have to say, I identify with the wand situation, because in the show, I never had a wand, but in the movie,
tell me about it.
Oh, stop it. So I had I had a wand. I had magic. So it was fun to be in that zone.
Okay. I think that they did Stevie a little dirty with how she got turned into a statue and then like tipped over and like knocked into a million pieces.
Yeah.
There was like something that like they were like, oh no, she got put back together and she's off. Like, I don't know about that, but I think they did her a little dirty with how she like ended. How would you have liked to have seen Stevie?
I think at the time, because like they had like a piece of me, like I broke into a million pieces, and there was like a piece, and so part of me like at that time was really hoping that maybe that piece could bring me back at some point.
Yeah.
But honestly,
I really thought you were going to do a spinoff. I thought there was going to be a spinoff with your character.
Stop it.
That would have been cool.
Stop. But that's
I thought that was going to happen. Yeah. I mean, I really thought that was going to be a thing.
Yeah. I honestly loved having the getting spray painted. I had to get my whole body like sprayed silver, and like that was like really cool. Like you don't get to do that very often and shatter into a million pieces. So I was grateful how I went out. It's like leave them wanting more. We'll always want more. It's a good thing.
Fair enough. Leave them with pieces of you.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, pieces of me.
Now you're going on tour. Where's the start? Where do you start?
I start in Glasgow. That's my first date, April 5th.
Hell yeah.
And so I do Europe all of April, and then Europe and UK in April, and then I do the US in May. But I'm very excited. It's been almost 5 years since my last headlining tour, which I don't know how that happens, because I feel like I wake up every morning just overworking myself and like going. But it's been 5 years since I've done a full headlining tour, and I had released my sophomore album Panorama last year. And so I'm just really excited to be back on the stage. I remember during the pandemic, I was just like, I would love to have the opportunity to just be on stage and to perform for people again in person. And so to be able to have that opportunity again and to get to go with my band and my crew that are family to me is really exciting.
Thank you so much for watching that clip of Wizards of Waverly Pod. For the full episode, go check it out on our Wizards Pod YouTube channel. The link's in the description. And for bonus content weekly, join our Patreon. The link is in the description for that too. See you soon.